Montana studios. This is NBC Montana Today.
Good morning, Montana. I'm Jason Hurst. As you pour your coffee and make breakfast, let's get you informed and ready to take on your Tuesday. Coming up over the next half hour, lawmakers reviewed a bill that would strengthen DUI penalties. Does it pass? Plus, a bill looking to change the current opt-out system in schools went in front of the Senate. What this would allow parents to do and when the final reading is scheduled for. And a Big Sky men's basketball title is within the Grizz grasp. Can they get it done and cut down the nets?
Well, the time is at 6:31. We are starting out with a couple of showers passing through the Missoula area. Kind of a rain-snow mix. 34 for us, Missoula and Kalispell. 26 in Butte, 29 currently in Bozeman. From Garrison Junction on into Butte, we did pick up a couple inches of snow overnight. That's where you're going to run into snow-covered and icy conditions with chains required for towing units over Homestake Pass. Bozeman and Bozeman Pass also have snow on the ground this morning, and we've got those active snow showers passing over Missoula currently. Here's a look at your afternoon planner. We lose the shower threat. Temperatures will be right around the 40-degree mark, 41 at 2 p.m. in Missoula. A little bit colder in southwest Montana. We'll keep those temperatures in the mid-30s. Our next weather maker rolls in tonight. We'll time it out in 10 minutes.
We start on the hardwood. Montana men's basketball had an opportunity to capture a Big Sky regular season title, and the Grizz do just that. Montana goes on an 8-0 run to slam the door and knock off Eastern Washington 83-72. With the win, the Grizz earned themselves a share of the Big Sky regular season title for the first time since 2019.
The way this group came together was very special, especially when you've got 9 new faces. But these guys had a lot of grit and tenacity in them to pull out this win.
The Grizz will be the 2 seed in the upcoming Big Sky tournament to be held in Boise, Idaho. New from Helena, a bill that would have strengthened DUI penalties fails to clear a second reading on the House floor. House Bill 542 would have made a third DUI conviction a felony rather than the current 4. It would have also prevented judges from suspending DUI sentences and require 3 days in jail for a person's first DUI conviction. Proponents say putting more DUI offenders in jail is worth it if it saves lives. Those who spoke against the bill cited the costs associated with more incarcerations.
A longer sentence clearly communicates the serious consequences of continued recklessness and lawlessness. It is important to recognize that appropriate sentencing is essential for promoting law-abiding behavior and keeping people alive.
If you don't get the message for number 2 and number 3, I'm okay with us getting out a rope. But for first offense, I do think we need to get back to the 24 hours.
While House Bill 542 failed on Monday on a 66-33 vote, there are still several other bills increasing DUI penalties that remain alive. A state lawmaker steps down from the Montana House of Representatives after accusing other legislators of not representing their delegation. Representative Ron Marshall of House District 87 announced his resignation yesterday morning in a social media post on X, saying, quote, "The corruption is more than I can stand. Lobbyists run the county, and they, the people, have no voice." Montana House Republicans confirmed Marshall's exit from the state legislature and issued a response a few hours later, thanking him for representing House District 87, saying, "Since his election, Representative Marshall has been a strong advocate for his constituents, and we appreciate his contribution to the legislature. As we move forward, Montana House Republicans will continue serving the people of Montana and delivering on the commitments we've made to our constituents." And you can read the full statements on our homepage at NBCMontana.com. Also new from Helena, a bill that would expand parental rights in schools gets the preliminary approval from the Montana Senate. Senate Bill 299 would allow parents to opt their child into certain lessons instead of the current opt-out system. Supporters argue parents have a right to comprehensive information about their child's education and well-being. But opponents say there are times when the volatility of a student's situation conflict with a parent's views.
Parents should be supported as they make these decisions regarding the physical and mental health of their children. And parental rights are top-tier rights. Like free speech and religious freedom, they deserve the robust protection of this body.
I do think it creates a lot of confusion for school districts as well as maybe parents. And like I said, I think it's duplicative in the sense that this is already being handled.
The bill cleared a second Senate reading Monday on a 31-19 vote. Despite objections from all Democrats and one Republican, it will go through a final reading later today before moving over to the House. A new Missoula County housing report says prices are up once again as affordability remains a struggle in the area. But it's not all bad news for the Garden City. NBC Montana's Jacob Owens explains.
Housing prices, sales, they're up in and around Missoula, while affordability remains something to be desired. But the main takeaway some have from the latest Five Valleys housing report is that the market is stabilizing.
We saw for our 20th annual report was some stabilization after a few years of pretty rapid growth.
Winterer says Missoula saw moderate growth in median home sale prices, increasing from $550,000 in 2023 to more than $562,000 in 2024. This came with 984 units sold compared to 2023's 952 units. The more than 3% uptick in sales is the first increase since 2020. More than 1,400 units were sold on average in the 5 years before COVID. Winterer says housing prices increased by double digits during COVID. She tells NBC Montana building more units could help Missoula get back to these sales numbers, as well as the current stabilizing trend in home prices.
Over the last few years during COVID, we saw double-digit increases in the price of housing. So with that, we saw the sales number dropping because of affordability.
Winterer's message for Missoula is a hopeful one, saying the dramatic COVID year increases are over for now, while also citing more moderate appreciation.
Homeownership could be within reach, particularly watching interest rates stabilizing, more inventory coming on, and just availability of homes.
Reporting in Missoula, Jacob Owens, NBC Montana.
Canada's 25% tariff on U.S. goods starts today as a response to America's tariffs starting today.
We will be ready. We are not looking for this. We're not seeking this.
President Donald Trump put a 25% tariff Canadian goods and a 10% tariff on Canadian energy into effect. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says the U.S. has no justified reason for their action and their tariffs will stay in place unless the U.S. pulls back. Trudeau warns Americans will pay more for necessities like groceries and gas, and that thousands of people could lose their jobs. President Donald Trump will deliver remarks today in a joint session of Congress as the nation stands divided. According to the White House, the theme of tonight's speech will be the renewal of the American dream. President Trump is expected to highlight achievements during his first weeks back in office, as well as petition for more money from Congress to carry out his aggressive immigration plan. President Trump will also discuss his proposals for cultivating peace in the Middle East and Ukraine. A freshman senator will deliver the Democratic rebuttal to President Donald Trump's congressional address tonight, and the Democrats, well, they've selected Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin to deliver the party's response. Slotkin's rebuttal speech is expected to focus on economic issues, as well as highlight the party's wider platform. The senator's team says a Marine veteran who recently lost their job will join Slotkin at Trump's joint congressional address. And we now visit with Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster, who is standing by. And Brooke, we keep mentioning, I feel like I keep repeating it, but the sunshine is just on pause. Is that right?
Right, definitely just on pause, because heading into the weekend, we're going to be back above normal, and we're going to see a little bit of sunshine. But we've got a taste of winter weather out there this morning, 6:39. Live look for you, Kalispell and Missoula. Kalispell looks like maybe a little bit of low cloudiness and some fog trying to settle in. Missoula, wet streets with some active showers passing through, kind of a rain snow mix, if you will. Temperatures for us this morning, mid to low 30s in that 7 o'clock hour. We'll be at 43 by 3 p.m. this afternoon in Kalispell. Missoula will be at 38 by lunchtime, 44 in that 3 o'clock hour. We'll get a brief break from the active weather through midday on into early afternoon, but tonight another system moves in. I'll have everything you need to know coming up in 10 minutes.
And what do we need to do to protect ourselves from bad business practices and scams? The Better Business Bureau offers tips. And let's take a live look over Missoula above TV Mountain at Snowbowl from our Community Medical Center weather camera. Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster has your day planner right after the break.